The Wellesley Education Foundation works to unite the entire community in its enthusiastic support of Wellesley schools, and is going even further to support 2 community projects that lead up to the big day of Wellesley STEM Expo on April 8th at the Wellesley High School, the Creat-a-Thon and the Sustainability Challenge. Please watch the following videos recorded by community leaders and leading Wellesley High School students outlining current community problems.
Hi, I'm David Lucier, Wellesley Superintendent of Schools, and I'm very excited about the upcoming Creat-a-Thon on March 25th at Wellesley High School. I've been asked to offer some thoughts about possible challenges facing the Wellesley community or the Wellesley Public Schools that our 6th through 12th graders might think about attacking in terms of technology solutions. And for me, one thing that comes to mind immediately is around traffic and congestion around our schools. So I could take Wellesley High School as a great example. Right before 7:30 or 8:30, we have lots and lots of cars, students themselves driving or parents dropping off kids. And we have this issue at many of our schools, and I would love to see our students think about ways that we could encourage more ride sharing, more carpooling to try to ease some of the congestion at all of our schools. I'm very excited that this is a new piece of our upcoming STEM Expo. Each year, with incredible leadership from the Wellesley Education Foundation, this is a chance for us to highlight careers, topics, innovative practices, opportunities happening in our schools and in our community for great speakers to come in. And we get excited about the amount of energy in our community around these great topics, and whether it's summer opportunities or future careers for our kids. So we're delighted that the Wellesley Education Foundation is continuing to support these important investments in our schools. Going forward, I know this is the first year of the Creat-a-Thon. I think this is a wonderful new opportunity to really encourage innovation, and I think we've learned that sometimes some of the best ideas actually come from our students in thinking about some of these challenges that as adults we may not be as expansive in our thinking to try to address. So to actually put these challenges out, I think is very much in alignment with the kind of project-based learning and creative schools approach that we've been having so many conversations about in the Wellesley Public Schools. So I'm delighted that this is now becoming institutionalized as part of this process going forward. So thank you, Wellesley Education Foundation, and thank you to all the students in advance who are going to be working on this.
First, in partnership with Wellesley High School's computer science students and teacher, Dr. Robert Cohen, and with support from the math department, is the debut of Wellesley Education Foundation's first Wellesley Creat-a-Thon, held on Saturday, March 25th from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. at Wellesley High School. Creat-a-Thon is open to middle school and high school students who live or go to school in Wellesley. Participants will design a mobile app using MIT App Inventor that addresses a community problem. Participants will work together in teams, supported by high school mentors, and parents and community members are invited to attend.
Well, and I'd also like to thank and acknowledge our small group of Wellesley High School students who came up with the idea for the Creat-a-Thon. I think it's going to be a wonderful new addition to the excitement around the STEM Expo. And again, it's students leading the way and unleashing their creativity. So nicely done.
Winning teams will also be recognized at the Wellesley STEM Expo on Saturday, April 8th, and they'll be featured on Wellesley Media TV and online. The Wellesley Education Foundation, in partnership with Wellesley Municipal Light, are looking to you for ideas for the 2nd annual STEM Expo Sustainability Challenge. This contest is designed to engage all of Wellesley's students by inviting them to write an essay, story, or problem or persuasive argument, create an artwork, model, or make a video about how renewable energy, solar, wind, hydro, etc., might impact their lives and the environment in the future.
Marquito, and I'm the principal here at Wellesley Middle School, and I've been asked to provide some examples of a problem that we're currently facing that you as 6th, 7th, and 8th graders might be able to work on during Creat-a-Thon, which is going to take place on March 25th at Wellesley High School. So a few of the problems that we have that could use some work are around traffic patterns for the school. So we do have parents who drop their kids off, and in bad weather, we see even more traffic, and would love to get a sense on the 4 streets that surround the school, Donizetti, Linden, Calvin, and Kingsbury, what those traffic patterns look like, and that would be extremely helpful to know. Another area actually also has to do with congestion, and that's what we experience here in the hallways at school. Would love to know a little bit more about sort of during passing times. In the middle school, you have 4 minutes to pass from one class to another, and would love to understand sort of where the highest congestion points are in the school, because sometimes it actually does delay students in terms of their ability to get to class. So that would be helpful. And finally, I'd like to understand a little bit more about recycling. So we recently started a bottle and cans recycling program in the cafeteria, but with 3 lunches and over 1,200 kids, it gets difficult to know exactly how students feel and are recycling. And it would be really helpful to know if there's more that we can do other than just bottles and cans, and what that might look like. So any help is appreciated. Also, please remember to register, and that registration can be found on the Wellesley Education website. Thank you.
To enter the Sustainability Challenge, participants must live or go to school in Wellesley. Creative and visionary winners will also be honored at Wellesley STEM Expo on April 8th, with special VIP access, award recognition, and a chance to be interviewed on TV. This is also a great launching pad for state and federal student environmental awards.
Hi, I'm Eleanor Boyd, and I'm the Vice President of the WHS Climate Action Club, which is the high school's sustainability club. Now more than ever, I think it's important for students to express their opinions and get their voices heard about the importance of sustainability within our community. This is important because in the political climate, it's important for people to know that we stand for our environment and that we stand up to help protecting and preserving our animals and wildlife. I am super excited about the Wellesley Create-a-Thon coming up this week on March 25th. We're looking for amazing ideas to come out of this that will then be, the winner will be shown at the STEM Expo. And I think it's a really awesome idea to be able to include some sustainability ideas into your app. I think at the high school, it's always been a challenge for me particularly to have students understand what it means to be sustainable and understand how sustainability can impact their lives. Being able to get this information out to students is important because they can understand what it means to recycle, what items are recyclable, and how this then impacts the climate and the environment they live in. I'm really looking to see apps that are not only connecting to the sustainability and to sustainability ideas, but spark interest within your own personal lives. If you want to get excited about an idea or find an app that will inspire you to really push and find new ideas, figuring out where sustainability meets your own interests is an amazing way to do this. When thinking about looking towards the future in the STEM Expo Sustainability Challenge, it's important to begin thinking on this topic about where you might find yourself in the near future, and then think about how renewable energy will impact your life. For example, if you really love engineering or mathematics, to think about how sustainable energy will become part of buildings or become important in our lives once we start coming up with new ideas to better the sustainability of our communities. It's important to also think about how your audience will take whatever medium you choose and decide to work with. If you're creating a poem or a video, make sure to include visuals or use wording that really inspires the reader to also feel motivated about the problem that you're facing. Make sure to stop by on April 8th for the STEM Expo. This is an amazing culmination of many different things relating to science, technology, engineering, and mathematics that's going on within our town and our community. Make sure to stop by, bring friends, and have an awesome day filled with learning, fun, and hands-on experiments and activities. This will also include the winners of the Create-a-Thon will get to show their app at the STEM Expo, so make sure to join on both of those events and get involved in your community. Thank you.
Go to the Wellesley Education Foundation's website at welleslyeducationfoundation.org under Events to submit your idea by March 24th this week. On behalf of Wellesley Education Foundation, thank you for your continued support of education.